don't adjust your device. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat, and this is a Hydra Red, and this is a Hydra Chocolate. Now, a Hydra Chocolate, well, let me tell you about the Hydra pepper in general. And I had to do some research because I don't know everything. If you knew how little I actually knew, you'd probably be shocked. Anyway, it's a sepia serpent crossed with a reaper, and that's what this is. We have the red variant and the chocolate variant. So these again are created by, or grown by Jason Harrod. Jason, if you see this, do me a favor, man, email me if you have pods to sell, because I don't have your email address. And if you have pods to sell, I want to make sure that we put your information in the description box. Now, before I eat these, I'm going to take pictures of both of them and put them on my Instagram. But here's the thing, people. It's just kind of important. If you've been paying attention, then you know that I'm leaving this weekend to go to Erie, Pennsylvania to be with Harvest 912 again. And we'll be doing a couple clinics. We're doing some special stuff that I can't tell you about. But I convinced, did I trick? Big Al would say I tricked him. We'll say I tricked him. I tricked Tad into eating a warthog. And what we've done is we've created a GoFundMe for this particular event. And what's going to happen is, if we can raise $912, it's Harvest 912, if we can raise $912, then what's going to happen is, and this is kind of exciting, Tad is going to eat a warthog. Now, a warthog, for those that are just watching me for the first time, a warthog is the hottest pepper that I've ever eaten. Hang on a second. All right, Matthew Arthur created the Warthog. It's a Wartrix crossed with a 7-pot primo. It's the hottest pepper I've ever eaten. And not gonna lie, listen, he's one of the toughest people I know, Tad. But he's concerned about this pepper. I'm not gonna lie to you. So this is gonna be a fun thing. We've raised so far $326 or $346 or something like that. We're only like a third of the way there. So if you can help donate $9.12, anything, if you can, $1 will help. We're looking for anybody to help. In the description box, there's gonna be a link for this event. And please, there's a GoFundMe. If you can help donate, let's do this, because if you haven't seen Tad, look at, by the way, the last time we ate something, it was a Defco chocolate or something. And I didn't know what it was. And I ended up burning him really bad. He was mad at me. If you look at the video, there's this one spot where he gives me a dirty look. He was really, like, I know the guy, he's my friend. He was mad, like legit angry with me. So this has potential to go off the rails and be very, very funny. So he's just a panic. Now, we have made some rules. Excuse me. We made some rules about this chili event, and here they are. Are you ready? He gets to pick his pepper. And it is what it is. He has to choose the pepper. And then on top of that, he has to remain on camera for at least 4 minutes after eating it. Which is funny, because the suffer session, have you ever heard of a 4-minute suffer session? It's okay, we're gonna let him go with it. I've never heard of a 4-minute suffer session, but that's what so we've agreed to that. So he's gonna pick his pod. Now here's the thing that he doesn't realize is that Matthew Arthur he's overnighting these peppers. And Matthew's gonna be choosing the nastiest, gnarliest looking pods of them all. So Tad can run, but he can't hide from this. And you know this is all done in love, because I really love the guy. He's like a brother to me. But anyway, please be a part of this. All right, so let's get right into it. We have the sepia serpent crossed with a reaper. Here's the red variant. Here's the big reveal. Look at the interior of that. Isn't that wonderful looking? Just a beautiful example of a pepper. Super thick placenta. I said I was going to do a video about this placenta thing, because I have a person who emailed me and said that there's no oil in the placenta. And I've been thinking about it quite a bit. Look at the reveal of that thing. I've been thinking about the whole, here's the thing I'm going to talk about right now just for a second. this spongy area right here is called the placenta. I am under the impression, and my belief, because I've eaten a million peppers, that this is where most of the heat resides. Now, this person emailed me and said that there's no oil in the placenta, and I say hogwash. I have cut pods open, even in this one right here. You can see capsaicin oils bleeding from the pith or the placenta. So I don't know. I can kind of see in my own mind, the devil's advocate in my own head says, well, maybe there really isn't any oil in the placenta. Maybe it's just there's tons of oil on every one of the seeds. And because the seeds are located on the placenta, that's what gives the false impression that the placenta is what's hot. But I know I've seen capsaicin oil bleed from that area. So I know that, I don't know. But it's an interesting thought. I also know this: if you were to cut this in half and just eat everything you see on this side of the knife, right here on this side of the knife, that wouldn't be nearly as hot as the other half. This half wouldn't be as hot as this half. I don't know. It's an interesting theory. Here's the Hydra Red, grown by Jason Harrod. Okay, it's a sepia serpent and a reaper. I'm going to eat this one first, then the chocolate. I am Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Wow. Okay, so now, if you're brand new to the channel, then you don't know this, but if you've been around for a while, you do. When I first started the channel years and years ago, I had a problem with floral notes. Now, floral notes are like flowery, bouquet, aromatic, perfumey, soapy kind of flavor. Perfumey and soapy are not necessarily the best way to describe it, but when I first started, that's what I used to always think. So I'm thinking maybe that's what people, how they interpret it when they first discover floral. This was one of the most floral peppers I've had in a really, really long time. It was 5 out of 10 for fruitiness. There was no earthiness, no smokiness, no sweetness. 5 out of 10 for bitter, so it was fairly bitter, but 8 out of 10 for floral. It was the most, it was like, you know what I used to call a pepper like that years ago? A 7-pot Maybelline, because it tasted like perfume to me. It is not that hot a pod. I know that if I was saying to somebody and I said it's not that hot, they'd say, sure it isn't, Scoville. But it really isn't. It's probably maybe a 6. No, I'd probably give it a 7. 7 and up. Some will call it a 6. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Here is the Hydra chocolate. One more time for your viewing pleasure. Isn't that incredible looking? Right, the Hydra chocolate. I'm running the diagnostics in my head to try to like ascertain what this thing tastes like. Here's the thing. 0 on the fruity scale. It was 7 out of 10 on earthiness. So it's a pretty earthy pepper. And again, the way that I describe earthiness, if you ever had a turnip You ever turn up? It kind of tastes like the dirt it's grown in, but it's not gross. But it has that earthy, dirty flavor. It's the best way I can describe it. So earthiness, 7 out of 10. No smokiness at all. 0 out of 10 for sweet. It was not sweet a bit at all. I would say it was a 5 out of 10 for bitterness. And a 3 out of 10 for floral. It was a little floral, but not nearly as, nowhere near the floralness. Nowhere near like the red one, put it that way. It was a little bit hotter than the red one. The red one I said would be a 7. Someone would call it a 6. This would be an 8. The chocolate would be an 8. Someone would call it a 7. But there you have it. The Hydra Red Chocolate. So listen, here's the deal. Go to the description box at the end of this video. You're going to see a link. If I get an email from Jason Harrod, you'll see an email from him if he has pods. So Jason, if you see this and you have pods, please email me at chasetheheat@gmail.com what your email is so I can put it in the description box. Additionally, help out with Harvest 912. If you want to be a part, look, you can be a part of it even if you don't give. You can just watch and tell people about it. There's different levels of participation with Harvest 912. Just telling people about it is participating. Sharing the videos is participating. Liking and commenting on a video is participating because it all goes to help Harvest. However, if you're able to donate, hit the GoFundMe and make a donation if you can. $9.12 would be wonderful. $1 would be wonderful. But if we can raise $912, Tad's going to eat a Warthog. Now here's the deal. He's a little concerned about the Warthog, so I don't think he'll eat it if we get $900. He's gonna be like that. We need to raise $912. So if you can donate, please hit the GoFundMe in the description box below, and I'll update you at every single video. We're at 346, I think, right now. So we're about a third of the way there. In the description box, you're going to see a link, like I said, for Jason, if I can get his number or his email. Right here, you're going to see my son, Johnny Scoville Jr., and the Lifeboat. Please check him out. Up on top, you're going to see Pepperology for brand new people. And you're going to see all the 26 most painful challenges I've ever done. Actually, no, you know what we're going to do? Forget that. Up on top, you're going to see the Primatali video and the Defco chocolate video with Tad. They are hilarious. Please watch them. Pay attention and take note of the Defco chocolate. At one point, he looks at me, he's so mad. He was really mad at me. So this has potential to go off the rails. Please give if you can. I'm Johnny Scoville. Thank you for watching. This was Chase the Heat.